strumming shirt. Adding this thing. And, oh, hey guys. Well, sorry I haven't posted a video in such a long time. I just kind of ran out of ideas. But I just made this up, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. So today we're going to be talking about 10 different guitar techniques that you can use to enhance your guitar playing. So, without further ado, let's start it off. Alright, so this is the first technique you learn when starting off guitar. Well, hopefully. This technique is called strumming. Strumming is essentially gliding across all the strings with a pick. Usually you'd want a thin pick for strumming. And then, usually acoustic guitar too, that usually works the best for strumming. So strumming is usually used in all kinds of music, but I see it most happen in singer-songwriter stuff, and a lot of country, maybe even a little pop here and there, but it's mostly a singer-songwriter thing. So what you do is you'd hold a chord, let's just hold C major, and then you'd glide across all the strings. Well, for C major, you wouldn't hit the E, but say for G major, you hit all the strings. Let's put in a song. Alright, so for those of you who watch my channel regularly, you probably know what that chord progression was. It's from my generic country song. You should go check it out. Well, anyway, we're going to get to our next technique, which is fingerstyle. Okay, so as you can see, I have the camera focused on the sound hole of the acoustic guitar so you can see what my hands are doing. So what my hands are doing are really important. So what you want to do is you want to put your acoustic guitar in the classical position, or maybe not, you don't have an acoustic guitar. Fingerstyle and electric guitar can be cool sometimes. It's basically what you want to do is you want to take your pick, throw it away. The fingerstyle is all about using all your fingers to play the strings. So instead of using a pick, you would pluck with your thumb, or maybe your first, second, third, or pinky finger, and you can make up some really cool stuff. It's usually used in classical music, maybe jazz, but I mostly see it used in classical music. So here is a classical piece. So as you can see, that is basically what fingerstyle is. So for the rest of this video, I'm going to be using an electric guitar. So let's switch this out. Alright. Well, here's my guitar. It's an Ibanez S series. If you want to see the unboxing, I have it on my YouTube channel. You should go check it out. It's one of my most popular videos. Let's do the rest of the techniques with this. Alright, so the third technique I'm going to show you is called alternate picking. Now, alternate picking is picking up and down on the string. So instead of just picking all down strokes, you're going to use the upwards motion that you use to go for another downstroke to play the string a second time. So it'd be twice as fast as if you were just doing downstrokes, unless you're James Hetfield. He finds a way. Now, alternate picking, especially very fast alternate picking, has always been a dream for most shred players, or players learning how to shred, because they want to be able to go fast, and you have to have a very fast alternate picking hand to do that, because they want to play fast solos. As for me, I have terrible alternate picking technique, but I'll see what I can do. Well, that was quite fun to record. Now, the next technique we're going to be talking about is bending. Now, bending is essentially fretting a note and pulling the string either up or down. Now, this makes a really cool effect to transition notes. Say if you want to transition from F sharp to G sharp. Instead of just sliding or just plucking the two notes, you can bend. That's really cool because you hit all the little microtones in between, like the thousands of different like microtones in between F sharp and G sharp. And you can put so much emotion into your guitar solos if you use bending. I see it in all sorts of music. So, let's record some. Hi there. Alright, so anyway, our next technique is called sliding. Now, no, we're not actually using a slide for this. I'm going to use my finger to slide. Now, sliding to a note is essentially picking two notes, and instead of just hammering on, or just picking them, what you do is you slide your finger to the note. Sort of like that. Now, this allows you to slide to... You can transition to notes. You can transition to very far away notes, like to G, all the way to its octave. You can't really bend that far unless you're Superman. I'll pay $100 to see Superman bend to one octave. Anyway, let's just show you an example. Alright, so we're halfway through the video, so now the techniques are going to get a little bit harder. But don't fret, stay, and you'll be able to do them. Alright, so the next technique we're going to be talking about is legato. Alright, let's see if I can try to explain legato. So, in legato, you don't pick every note. What you do is you pick every time you go to a new string. For example, if you're doing this phrase here, this hits two strings. But with legato, it would be... And then in some techniques of legato, you only really pick once, and then sometimes you don't even pick when you hit a new string. I'm not very good at that. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, well, I'm going to try that again. Yeah, it takes a little practice, and you have to be able to mute your strings well in order for it to actually work. And the thing that's nice about legato is if you have a very fast left hand and a very slow right hand, you can sound like you're shredding scales really fast, but in reality, you're not picking very fast either. A great example of legato would be this one solo at the 8:30 timestamp in this song called "In the Name of God" by Dream Theater. I would suggest go checking it out. Very good song. Well, let's show you what legato is all about. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is called pinch harmonics. Now, pinch harmonics are basically taking your thumb and putting it lower on the pick. That way it makes the note, especially with distortion, it makes it have a weird screechy sound to it. If you ever listen to Dragon Force, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So without further ado, let's put some pinch harmonics in a little song so that you can see what they are. Alright, so these last three techniques are definitely not for beginners, and beginners should definitely not go into them right away. Alright, so this technique is called tapping. I'm using this guitar because it has humbuckers and I can hear the sound better from the tapping. It's more responsive and it's also more playable too. So if you don't already somehow know what tapping is essentially taking your finger from your right hand and playing notes with it, or fretting notes with it. So you can tap on one string. You can do multi-string tapping, which is tapping on two string, or you can tap on three strings too. Most people use their index finger. I personally use my middle finger, so I can quickly get back to playing after doing some tapping stuff. And it's easier to mute the strings while using your middle finger. I know most people like to use their index finger, and that's completely fine. I know some great guitar players who use their index finger. It's just up to you. I'm gonna make a recording that uses both one string, two string, and three string tapping. Well, here you go. Alright, well, that was fun and games, but now it's time to make the part of the video that I've been scared of making ever since I came up with the idea for this video. Sweep picking. Alright, so sweep picking is going to be the 9th guitar technique that we're going to be learning about, and I'll just show you on the guitar. Okay, so sweep picking is often confused with strumming, but believe me, sweep picking is way harder. It takes an average person about a week to really get good at strumming. It's not that hard, but sweep picking can take years to master. I've been doing sweep picking for a year, and I still don't think I'm that good. What you have to do is you have to really practice your arpeggios, and wait, what the heck? I need to show you what sweep picking even is. Alright, so instead of strumming where all the notes sort of ring out, with sweep picking, you're playing an arpeggio. And each note, they can't ring together. It has to go one at a time. So instead of this minor chord here, it would just be you need to find some way to make sure that each note just rings out by itself, not all together. So with sweep picking, you really have to work on string muting, and your left hand has to be absolutely perfect, and you're right-handed too. Sweep picking is definitely not for beginners, but if you are interested in learning how to sweep pick, there are hundreds of videos on YouTube how to do it. I recommend Steve Terryberry's or Alfred Potter's series. They're both amazing. Alright, well, let's do a little sweep picking passage. Alright, let's switch guitars again for this last technique. Alright, so this last technique is not so much a technique, it's more of a song. If you can play this song, then you are the master of guitar. This song I'm about to play should not be attempted by beginners because you might get finger cramps or brain cramps because it takes so much cognitive ability, and your fingers will get cramped too because it's so hard, and you need to memorize it too. It's so hard to memorize. This song is Smoke on the Water. I don't know if I could do this. Alright, here goes nothing. What the? Alright, so as you can see, that song is unplayable. Let me know down in the comments if you could play it. Probably can't. Me neither. Well, anyway, that about wraps up the video. Make sure to subscribe, like, send a comment down below. Tell me what your favorite guitar technique is. I know I left up sweet tapping. I'm not very good at that. Alright, well anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.